Hello and welcome to the Learn English Lab YouTube channel. I'm Natasha. I'm thrilled you're here to embark on an exciting journey to master the English language. Whether you're a beginner looking to build confidence, an intermediate learner aiming to polish your skills, or an advanced speaker striving for fluency, this channel is your go-to place for fun, practical, and effective English lessons. At Learn English Lab, we believe learning English should be engaging and stress-free. Our videos are packed with real-life examples, clear explanations, and tips you can use right away. Whether you're chatting at a grocery store, writing an email, or preparing for an exam. Expect lessons on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, conversation skills, and more, all delivered in a way that's easy to understand and apply. Subscribe now and join our growing community of learners from around the world. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video, and let's start this journey together. Drop a comment on any video to share your goals or ask questions. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Welcome to Learn English Lab. Your path to confident English starts here. As I pushed my cart through the sliding glass doors of my local grocery store, the familiar hum of fluorescent lights and the faint beep of cash registers greeted me. It was a Thursday afternoon and the store was moderately busy. Shoppers weaving through aisles, employees restocking shelves, and the occasional child tugging at a parent's sleeve. I grabbed a basket, adjusted my reusable bags over my shoulder, and began my weekly ritual of navigating the store, knowing that every trip here was as much about conversation as it was about crossing items off my list. The produce section always feels like the starting line. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables are stacked high, and the air smells faintly of fresh herbs. I was inspecting a head of romaine lettuce when a store employee, a young woman with a name tag reading Maya, approached me. "Hi there. Can I help you find anything today?" she asked, her tone warm but professional. I smiled, appreciating the offer. "Oh, I'm good for now, thanks. Just trying to pick a lettuce that won't wilt in 2 days." She chuckled. "I hear you. These ones just came in this morning, so they're super fresh. If you want, I can grab you one from the back." "That'd be great, actually," I said, handing her the slightly droopy head I'd been holding. "Thanks, Maya." "No problem," she replied, disappearing toward the stockroom. This kind of small talk is standard in the grocery store, but it sets the tone for the whole trip. It's polite, functional, and just friendly enough to make you feel like a regular, even if you're not. With my fresh lettuce secured, I moved on to the canned goods aisle. I needed some black beans for a chili recipe I was planning for the weekend. As I scanned the shelves, comparing brands and prices, an older man next to me sighed loudly, holding 2 cans of tomatoes. "Excuse me," he said, turning to me. "Do you know the difference between diced and crushed tomatoes? I'm trying to make a sauce, and my wife's recipe just says tomatoes." I glanced at the cans in his hands. "Oh, sure. Diced. Tomatoes are cut into small chunks, so they keep some texture in your sauce. Crushed tomatoes are more like a thick puree, so they'll make it smoother. Depends on what kind of sauce you're going for." He nodded slowly, squinting at the labels. She likes it chunky, so I'll go with diced. Thanks for the help, young lady." "No problem," I said, smiling as he placed the diced tomatoes in his cart and shuffled off. Conversations like this happen all the time in grocery stores. Shoppers often turn to each other for quick advice, especially when recipes or product choices feel overwhelming. It's a small way to connect, even if it's just for a moment. By the time I reached the cereal aisle, my cart was starting to fill up. Lettuce, beans, a loaf of bread, and some chicken thighs I'd grabbed from the meat section. I was debating between 2 brands of granola when a woman about my age, pushing a cart with a toddler strapped in, stopped nearby. "Ugh, why is cereal so expensive these days?" she said, half to herself, half to me, as she picked up a box of Cheerios. I laughed. "Right? I'm just trying to find something healthy that doesn't cost more than my rent." She grinned. "Tell me about it. My kid only eats the sugary stuff, but I'm trying to sneak in something with, like, actual nutrients. Have you tried this brand? She pointed to the granola I was holding. Not yet, I said. Is it any good? It's decent, she replied. Not too sweet, and it's got nuts and seeds, so I feel less guilty giving it to him. She nodded toward her toddler, who was happily gnawing on a teething toy. Good to know, I said, tossing the granola into my cart. Thanks for the tip. No prob, she said, steering her cart away. Good luck surviving the rest of the store. This exchange felt like a mini camaraderie moment. Grocery shopping can be a solitary task, but these brief chats with strangers remind you that everyone's in the same boat, trying to feed themselves or their families without breaking the bank. The deli counter was my next stop. I needed some sliced turkey for sandwiches and maybe a little cheese for a charcuterie board I was planning for a movie night with friends. The counter was busy, with 2 employees slicing meats and cheeses while a small line of customers waited. I grabbed a number, 47, and stood behind a man who was ordering a pound of ham. When my number was called, I stepped up to the counter, where an employee named Carlos greeted me with a nod. Hey, what can I get started for you? He asked, wiping his hands on his apron. Hi, can I get half a pound of oven-roasted turkey thinly sliced, please? I said. Sure thing, he replied, grabbing a turkey breast from the case. How thin we talking? Like paper thin or just regular thin? Paper thin if you can, I said. It's for sandwiches, and I like it super delicate. You got it, he said, adjusting the slicer. Anything else while I'm at it? Yeah, actually, I said, glancing at the cheese display. Can you also do a 1/4 pound of sharp cheddar sliced medium? Sharp cheddar, medium slice, 1/4 pound, he repeated, giving me a thumbs up. I'll have that ready in a sec. As he worked, we chatted briefly about the weather. It was unseasonably warm for June, and he mentioned that the store was gearing up for a big summer sale next week. These kinds of conversations are part of the deli counter experience. You're both focused on the task at hand, but there's just enough downtime to exchange a few words. Thanks, Carlos, I said as he handed me my neatly wrapped packages. Anytime, he replied, already moving on to the next customer. With my cart nearly full, I headed to the checkout. The lines were shorter than I'd expected, so I picked one with a cashier named Sarah, who was scanning items for the customer in front of me. When it was my turn, I started unloading my cart onto the conveyor belt. Hi, how's it going? Sarah asked as she began scanning my lettuce. Pretty good, thanks, I said. Just stocking up for the week. Nice, she said, bagging my items with practiced efficiency. Got any big plans for the weekend? Yeah, I'm making chili for a game night with friends, I said, hoping it turns out okay. Oh, chili's the best, she said. What kind do you make? Spicy or mild? Somewhere in the middle, I said. I like a little kick, but not so much that I'm crying into my bowl. She laughed. Smart. I'm all about spicy, but my husband can't handle it, so I have to tone it down at home. As she scanned the rest of my items, we kept up the light banter, talking about favorite recipes and the eternal struggle of meal planning. When she handed me my receipt, she said, Enjoy your chili night. Thanks, Sarah, I said, grabbing my bags. Have a great day. You too, she called as I headed for the exit. Walking back to my car, I thought about how these small interactions, whether with employees or fellow shoppers, make grocery shopping more than just a chore. They're moments of human connection, however brief, that add a layer of warmth to the experience. From Maya's offer to grab fresh lettuce to Sarah's enthusiasm about chili, these conversations are the heartbeat of the store. Grocery stores are microcosms of community where people from all walks of life cross paths. The language we use, polite, practical, sometimes playful, reflects that shared space. As an English language expert, I notice the patterns, the greetings that open doors, the questions that seek clarity, the humor that bridges gaps. These exchanges don't require perfect grammar or profound insights. They thrive on simplicity and sincerity. Next week, I'll be back, cart in hand, ready for another round of conversations. Maybe I'll run into Maya again or help another shopper pick the right tomatoes. Whatever happens, I know the grocery store will deliver not just the items on my list, but a few moments of connection that make the trip worthwhile.